Hey guys, Dr. Mike here, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about cause and effect, or cause and symptoms as it relates to your health. So if you've been dealing with some chronic health issues, so anything more than a few months, whether it's digestive issues, blood sugar issues, headaches, migraines, insomnia, weight gain, you name it, definitely stick around and listen to this message, because today I want to break down the difference between symptom management and symptom care versus treating the cause. And all too often, I see people taking all the meds, going to see half a dozen doctors, trying all the supplements to manage symptoms rather than maybe treating the cause. And if you treat the cause, you typically clear up the symptoms. Okay, so let me give you this little analogy to hit it home with what I'm talking about. So let me ask you this question. Let's say this is your bathroom, a very bright bathroom, and you go in there and you see that the water's turned on, the sink is overflowing, and everything's spilling out on the ground. In this analogy to health, we got two approaches we can do. Okay, number one is we can run out, go get some buckets, go get some mops, start catching everything and mopping up whatever we can. So that's definitely an approach you could do. The next approach, and maybe the smarter approach to do first, is how about we walk over to the sink and turn the faucet off. Okay. Once we turn that faucet off, we are going to be much better at being able to clean up this mess, get everything dry, and stop the spillover. Okay. So hopefully you get where I'm going with this. That in this analogy, the spillover, the flooding, that's your symptoms. That's the headaches, that's the irritable bowel, that's the autoimmune flare-up, that's the blood sugar imbalances, that's the plus 10, 20 pounds in weight gain. That's the spillover, okay? But a lot of times in healthcare, and the way it plays out in this country, is we're spending time doing the cleanup and finding ways to treat the spillover and the symptoms rather than just going and turning off the faucet first, all right? So think about that. If you have high blood pressure, weight gain, any of the treatments that you've done, any of the medications, the supplements you've done, has that targeted the underlying cause, or was that based on the symptom? So I want to leave you with that question, and then I'll give you an example. Okay, let's use high blood pressure. Let's just use a random example. I know you may not have high blood pressure, but if you have any health issue, this will still make sense. So if someone has high blood pressure, I can immediately go call my doctor and say, can you give me some blood pressure medication? Okay. I could call my holistic doctor and say, do you have any supplements for blood pressure, high blood pressure? We can do all these things trying to target high blood pressure, but at the end of the day, that's just a symptom. That's just the spillover. We don't know where the faucet is that's creating high blood pressure. So what we want to do is we want to ask, well, why do you have high blood pressure? And when we ask that question, we find out it can be very different for each person, whether it's systemic inflammatory issues. Is it actually diet and lifestyle? Is it maybe some infection in the gut and yeast overgrowth, bacterial imbalances? We don't know. I could carry that on to multiple different reasons why someone has high blood pressure. But until you know exactly what that is, you are just running around trying to lay out buckets and clean up the mess. All right. So take that for what it is. I hope it gives you some new perspective to start evaluating what you've been doing to help your health condition. Most people watching this, I assume that you have some health problem going on, and I want you to apply this analogy to what you've been doing. Has anybody asked, why do you have that issue in the first place? And then investigated it, right? So in my office, what we do is we do some thorough testing. On my next video, I'm going to break down some basic tests, some basic approaches on a functional medicine approach, of how we uncover where all the faucets are and we start turning them off. Okay, we want to turn those off, and then of course we can spend time cleaning up, optimizing, and everything along those lines. So again, I hope it helps. Hopefully it gives you a new perspective on helping solve your health problems. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.